99% of people will never become rich, not because they're not smart, not because they don't work hard, but because they've been lied to their entire lives. You've been told to go to school, get a degree, work a stable job, save a little each month, and retire at 65. That's the smart way, right? The safe way, wrong. This is a scam, a slow, painful, decades-long trap that keeps you chained to a paycheck while making the rich even richer. And the worst part, most people never realize it until it's too late. But here's the truth. There is a shortcut to wealth, a way to escape the slow lane and explode your income in just a few years, not decades. It's called the Millionaire Fastlane, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. This book by DeMarco reveals the brutal truth about why most people stay broke and why a small percentage of people become millionaires in their 20s and 30s. Stick with me until the end of this video and I'll show you exactly how they do it. Because if you apply just a few of these principles, your entire financial future could change forever. Imagine waking up one morning, not dreading the sound of your alarm clock, but excited for the day ahead because every single minute you spend is working to build your freedom. Picture yourself breaking away from the chains of the conventional system that was designed to keep you small and insignificant. For decades, we've been conditioned to believe that the only respectable way to be successful is to follow the beaten path. Get an education, land a steady job, and inch your way up the corporate ladder. But what if I told you that this road is nothing more than a cleverly crafted trap? A trap that siphons your potential and locks you into a life of mediocrity. DeMarco's The Millionaire Fastlane shatters these myths with brutal honesty. It exposes the dangerous fallacy that hard work and persistence in a traditional job will eventually lead to wealth. Instead, it lays out a roadmap for those daring enough to take control of their financial destiny and accelerate their journey to true wealth. The book challenges everything you thought you knew about money and success, and it does so by revealing 6 mind-blowing insights that will force you to rethink your life choices. Let's start with the first explosive insight: the difference between the slow lane and the fast lane. Most people are sold the idea of the slow lane, this long, meandering journey where you exchange time for money, working tirelessly for decades with the promise of a comfortable retirement. It's like being stuck on a treadmill, moving fast but never really getting anywhere. The fast lane, on the other hand, is about leveraging time, value, and scalable systems to create wealth at an exponential rate. Imagine if you could put your life on a fast-forward button where your income isn't capped by the number of hours in a day. That's the power of the fast lane. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter and breaking the chains of the traditional financial model. Think of it this way: the slow lane is like planting a tree and waiting decades for it to bear fruit, while the fast lane is installing a high-speed irrigation system that makes the tree grow exponentially faster. Most people settle for the slow, painful process because it feels safe and familiar. But safe isn't always good. It's a comfort zone that stifles growth and innovation. And here's where most people get it completely wrong. They believe that saving a little bit here and there will eventually pay off. The brutal truth is, when you're trading every hour of your life for a paycheck, you're essentially borrowing time from your future self. Every minute spent at a job you don't love is a minute you'll never get back. Now let's dive into the second life-altering lesson: controlling your income by controlling your business. The traditional narrative tells you to invest in stocks or real estate, to build wealth slowly through compound interest. But here's the kicker. Compound interest is powerful, yes, but it takes decades to work its magic. Meanwhile, you're stuck in a cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. DeMarco argues that the real shortcut to wealth is creating a business that can scale without you having to be there every minute of the day. When you own a business that operates on systems and processes, you're not just earning money, you're building an asset that works for you even when you sleep. Think about the freedom that comes with creating a legacy asset, something that continuously generates income without the constant grind of a typical 9-to-5. Consider the story of a friend who decided to take a risk and start his own online venture. Instead of accepting the traditional route of a steady job, he identified a problem in his industry, developed a solution, and built a scalable online platform. Within a few years, what started as a small side hustle transformed into a multi-million-dollar enterprise. This isn't an isolated case. There are countless stories of individuals who broke free from the rat race by harnessing the power of scalable business models. And the lesson here is clear. If you want to break out of the conventional financial trap, you need to start thinking like an entrepreneur and stop trading time for money. Moving on to our third powerful insight, the concept of risk, and not the kind of risk most people fear. In our society, risk is often seen as the enemy, something to be avoided at all costs. But the fast lane teaches us that risk, when managed wisely, is not only necessary, it's beneficial. The real mistake is mistaking calculated risk for reckless gambling. Every monumental success story is built on a foundation of risk-taking, but it's a risk that has been measured, planned, and executed with precision. Imagine if every decision you made was based on the fear of failure. You'd be paralyzed, stuck in the same old routine, never daring to take a leap of faith. True freedom comes when you learn to embrace calculated risk, using it as a tool to unlock opportunities that most people are too scared to even consider. Let's pause for a moment and ask, what would your life look like if you weren't held back by the fear of taking risks? How different would your financial future be if you viewed each challenge as an opportunity to innovate and grow? The fast lane is about transforming your mindset. It's about seeing failure not as the end, but as a stepping stone towards success. When you adopt this perspective, every setback becomes a lesson, every challenge a chance to reinvent yourself and your strategies. Our fourth insight revolves around the true value of time. We often hear the phrase, "Time is money," but in the fast lane, time is considered your most precious asset, one that cannot be replenished. Every minute spent in the slow lane is a minute lost forever. While others are busy saving pennies and slowly inching towards a future that might never come, fastlaners understand that time, once gone, is gone. They design their lives around efficiency and leverage, creating systems that maximize every moment. Imagine a scenario where you're not bound by the clock, a business that runs efficiently on its own, giving you the freedom to pursue your passions, spend time with your loved ones, or simply enjoy life. That's the ultimate luxury, reclaiming your time and living on your own terms. Consider this. What if you could double, triple, or even quadruple your income without having to double your working hours? That's the promise of scalable systems and leverage. By investing in the right technology, automating repetitive tasks, and building a team that shares your vision, you free up invaluable time, time that can be reinvested into creating more value, more opportunities, and ultimately more wealth. The fifth insight is perhaps the most transformative of all, the power of value and exchange. At its core, wealth is not just about accumulating money, it's about creating value for others. When you solve problems, meet needs, and innovate, you're engaging in a process of exchange that benefits both you and the people around you. DeMarco emphasizes that the true shortcut to wealth lies in identifying problems that need solving and then developing solutions that can be scaled. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter and creating a ripple effect of positive change. Think of it like this. Every time you provide value, you're planting a seed that can grow into an orchard of opportunities. And the more value you create, the more wealth you build, for yourself and for the community around you. Take a moment to reflect on the businesses that have changed the world. They weren't built on the premise of hoarding money or playing it safe. They were built on solving real problems. Whether it was revolutionizing transportation, connecting people through technology, or providing life-saving services, these ventures tapped into a universal truth. When you focus on delivering genuine value, success follows naturally. And here's a secret most people never realize. Value creation is not reserved for geniuses or those with massive resources. It starts with a simple idea, a spark of innovation that, when nurtured with passion and perseverance, can transform your entire financial landscape. Now, before we move on to our next set of insights, let me hit you with something you might not expect. I used to think that the only path to success was through relentless hustle, sacrificing sleep, and living on the edge. But then I discovered that the fast lane isn't about burnout. It's about balance. It's about channeling your energy into pursuits that offer exponential returns rather than incremental gains. Imagine having a system that not only builds wealth for you, but also gives you the freedom to enjoy it. This is not a fantasy. It's the reality for those who have embraced the fast lane philosophy. And it's a reality that's accessible to anyone willing to challenge the status quo and invest in their future. Let's dive into our sixth and final insight, the necessity of execution. All the brilliant ideas and strategies in the world are worthless if you don't put them into action. The fast lane isn't a magic formula. It's a call to relentless execution. It's about making decisions quickly, learning from your mistakes, and iterating until you get it right. In today's fast-paced world, hesitation is your worst enemy. Every moment of indecision is an opportunity lost, a chance for someone else to grab the advantage. If you truly believe in the fast lane, you must be prepared to act, to risk failure, and to keep pushing forward no matter what. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about seizing the moment and turning it into a launching pad for success. Now that we've uncovered these 6 transformative insights, you might be wondering how to put them into practice. Let's break down some actionable steps you can take today to begin your journey down the fast lane. First, start by evaluating your current situation. Look at your daily routines, your job, and your habits. Are you caught in a cycle that exchanges time for money? Are you stuck following a script that was written for someone else's success? Write down your goals, not just in terms of income, but in terms of the lifestyle you truly desire. Visualize a day where you're free from the constraints of a 9-to-5, where your work is fueled by passion and purpose rather than obligation. Next, identify a problem that you're passionate about solving. This doesn't have to be a grand, world-changing issue. It could be something as simple as improving a process in your community or addressing a gap in the market that you've observed. The key is to focus on creating genuine value. Research the problem, talk to people affected by it, and brainstorm innovative solutions. This initial step is the foundation of the fast lane, turning a problem into an opportunity. Once you've honed in on a problem, it's time to build a plan. Develop a clear, actionable roadmap that outlines how you will create a solution, how you will scale it, and how you will monetize it. Break your plan down into manageable steps. For instance, start by creating a minimal viable product, a version of your solution that you can test in the real world. Get feedback, refine your idea, and iterate until you have something that truly resonates with your target audience. Another critical step is leveraging technology and systems. In the modern world, there are countless tools and platforms that can help you automate processes, reach a wider audience, and scale your business without a massive upfront investment. Invest time in learning these tools and integrating them into your workflow. whether it's digital marketing, e-commerce platforms, or project management software. The right technology can act as a force multiplier, accelerating your progress down the fast lane. Don't forget to surround yourself with the right people. Seek out mentors and like-minded individuals who have already navigated the path you aspire to walk. Join communities, attend networking events, and engage with online forums where ideas flow freely and inspiration is abundant. The value of a strong network cannot be overstated. It can provide guidance, support, and opportunities that you might never find on your own. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Fear. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of stepping away from what's safe. Most people allow fear to paralyze them, keeping them in a perpetual state of mediocrity. But remember, every successful entrepreneur, every millionaire has faced and overcome fear. The difference is that they chose to act despite the fear. They recognized that the cost of inaction is far greater than the cost of a misstep. Embrace the discomfort, lean into the uncertainty, and see each challenge as an opportunity to grow and innovate. Here's a powerful exercise for you. Write down one bold action you can take today that will move you closer to your fast lane goal. It doesn't have to be perfect. It could be as simple as signing up for a webinar, reaching out to a potential mentor, or even brainstorming ideas for a new business. The key is to take that first step, because action is what separates dreamers from doers. Now, I want you to imagine where you could be in just 1 year if you commit to these principles. Picture yourself having broken free from the constraints of the conventional path, living a life where every decision is driven by passion, purpose, and the relentless pursuit of value. Think about the freedom of not having to worry about every penny, of having the luxury to invest in experiences, travel, or simply spending more time with the people you love. That future is within your reach, but it starts with a single decisive action today. Let me hit you with a mid-journey twist that few ever see coming. You might think that these ideas are reserved for a select few, that only people with extraordinary talent or resources can build a fast lane empire. But here's the raw truth. The fast lane is open to anyone willing to break free from the limitations of conventional thinking. I once believed that success was about following a rigid blueprint laid out by society. That until I discovered that the real magic happens when you dare to rewrite your own rules. The beauty of the fast lane is that it doesn't demand perfection. It demands perseverance, ingenuity, and a willingness to learn from every setback. So, if you've ever felt like you're too ordinary to achieve extraordinary wealth, let me tell you, ordinary people, when armed with the right mindset and relentless determination, can accomplish the unimaginable. At this point, you might be feeling a surge of excitement, a spark of possibility igniting within you. But let's not stop at inspiration. Let's talk about the next steps that will transform that spark into a blazing fire of success. One practical strategy is to set up a fast lane action plan. Take a few moments to list the top 3 problems you see in your industry or community. For each problem, jot down a potential solution that leverages technology, scalability, or innovation. Then choose one idea that resonates with you the most and break it down into a series of tasks that you can start working on immediately. This is not just brainstorming, it's a commitment to execution, a promise to yourself that you will actively pursue a path that defies the norm. Another key strategy is to shift your financial habits. Most people are caught in a cycle of saving and hoarding money, always worried about the future. But in the fast lane, money is a tool, a means to invest, grow, and create more opportunities. Instead of tucking away your earnings into a low-yield savings account, start investing in assets that generate passive income. This could mean reinvesting in your business, exploring innovative investment platforms, or even taking calculated risks in emerging markets. The goal is to let your money work for you, to create a self-sustaining cycle of wealth generation that doesn't depend solely on your active input. And here's a secret. Many people ignore the value of continuous learning. The Fastlane demands that you become a lifelong student. Dedicate time each day to read, listen, or watch content that challenges your current beliefs and expands your understanding of how wealth is truly built. Whether it's diving deeper into digital marketing, studying the habits of successful entrepreneurs, or exploring emerging technologies, every piece of knowledge you acquire is an investment in your future. The more you learn, the better equipped you are to navigate the complexities of the modern economy and spot opportunities that others overlook. As you begin to implement these strategies, always remember that the journey isn't linear. There will be setbacks, moments of self-doubt, and times when the safe, conventional path seems like the easier option. But every setback is a lesson, a chance to recalibrate, to adjust your approach, and to come back even stronger. The fast lane isn't about instant success. It's about cultivating a resilient mindset that turns obstacles into stepping stones. When you start seeing failures as opportunities to learn and grow, you'll find that the fear of taking action diminishes, replaced by a hunger for innovation and progress. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine waking up each day with a sense of purpose, knowing that you're not confined by a rigid schedule or limited by a paycheck. Imagine having the freedom to pursue your passions, spend quality time with the people you love, and make a tangible impact on the world. That's the promise of the fast lane. It's not just about accumulating wealth. It's about reclaiming your life from a system that was designed to keep you small. And here's a question for you. Are you ready to stop being a spectator in your own life and start taking bold, decisive action? As we near the end of this journey together, let's recap the transformative lessons we've uncovered today. First, understand that the conventional path, the slow lane, is a trap, a meticulously crafted system that benefits everyone but you. Recognize that trading your time for money is a losing game. Second, seize control of your destiny by creating scalable, value-driven businesses that free you from the confines of traditional employment. Third, shift your mindset about risk. Embrace calculated risk as a necessary ingredient for exponential growth. Fourth, value your time above all else. Every minute wasted in the slow lane is a minute you can never reclaim. Fifth, focus on creating and exchanging genuine value through solving real problems. The more value you exchange, the greater your wealth becomes. And finally, commit to relentless execution. Ideas without action remain just dreams, but decisive action transforms dreams into reality. If you're feeling that surge of energy right now, that undeniable pull to break free from the ordinary, then you're already on the right path. I challenge you to take one bold step today, a step that pushes you out of your comfort zone and into the realm of limitless possibilities. Write down one concrete action you can take this week that aligns with your fast lane vision. It might be as simple as setting up a meeting with a potential mentor, signing up for a course, or drafting a plan for your first business venture. The point is to act, because every second you wait is another second you could have spent building your future. Now, let's spark a conversation. Which of these lessons hit you the hardest? Is it the stark realization that the traditional path is a scam, or the empowering truth that true wealth lies in creating scalable value? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear your breakthroughs, your questions, and even your doubts. I read every comment because your journey matters, and sometimes a simple exchange of ideas can ignite a revolution in your thinking. And if this video resonated with you, if you're ready to step off the slow lane and jump into the fast lane, hit that subscribe button. There's so much more coming your way. More insights, more strategies, and more stories of ordinary people who dared to defy the status quo and achieve extraordinary wealth. And if you know someone who's been stuck in the slow lane, share this video with them. Let's build a community of fearless dreamers, relentless doers, and innovators who refuse to accept the limits imposed by society. As we close out, I want you to remember this. The Millionaire Fastlane isn't just a set of strategies, it's a mindset. It's the audacity to question everything you've been told, the courage to embrace risk, and the relentless drive to create value in a way that sets you free. Most people will forget these lessons in a few moments, but those who take action, they change their lives forever. Your future is calling, and it doesn't wait for the timid or the complacent. It rewards those who dare to think differently, to act boldly, and to invest in their own potential. The clock is ticking, and every moment spent in doubt is a moment your dreams slip further away. So, step into your power, take that leap, and start building the life you deserve. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the Millionaire Fastlane. I hope these insights have sparked a fire in you, a drive to break free from outdated paradigms and to pursue a future filled with freedom, abundance, and limitless potential. Now is the time to act, to challenge the norms, and to transform your financial destiny. Remember, wealth isn't a distant dream reserved for a lucky few. It's a reality waiting for you to claim it. Go out there, take those bold actions, and let your journey on the fast lane begin. I believe in you, and I can't wait to see the incredible heights you'll reach. Your future self will thank you for every decisive move you make today. Now, what's the one thing you're going to change right now? Write it down, share it in the comments, and let's ignite this revolution together. And if you're ready for more powerful strategies and life-changing insights, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because your journey to financial freedom is just getting started. Remember, the fast lane isn't just a method, it's a movement, and every movement starts with a single bold step. So step forward, break the chains, and build a legacy that defies the ordinary. The time is now, and the power is in your hands. Let's make it happen.